Good morning, happy Sunday everybody. I hope that you are off to a good start to your day. I'm going to do something a little bit different than I usually do, and that's document a weekend day in the life of me, where I'm going to focus a lot on my self-care and preparing for my coming week. On Sundays are really precious to me. I try not to ever have too much going on as far as work or events go. It's the one day that I can ease into, relax, and just chill. I'm going to start the day with washing my face and brushing my teeth, and then I'm going to hit the gym because my back has been feeling a little bit sore and achy, and I've had to take it easy for the last couple of weeks. So we're going to head over there shortly and just ease into getting back to working out on a regular basis. And then if I have time, I'm going to visit the Green Market. Every Sunday there is a farmer's market around the corner from my apartment here in the East Village, and I have been wanting to go in person for a really long time. And then I have a highlights appointment scheduled, as I might have shared with some of you in some of my previous videos or stories on Instagram. I am leaning into going gray, so I'm going to be getting my hair lightened over the course of the coming months, so that when I do fully transition to completely silver, it won't be as big of a shock to me or to other people. And then today is also Lunar New Year, so depending on the weather and depending on the time that I'm done, I might head down to Chinatown and check out the parade and the festivities going on down there. I really enjoy being able to experience things like that here in the city because they're available to me, so why not take advantage of it? And then after that, I said my Sundays are my self-care days and my chill days. This is chill, believe it or not. So I don't like just sitting around and doing absolutely nothing. And then after that, I'm going to grab some food and bring that home, and then spend the rest of the day just doing whatever, either watching movies, reading a book, journaling a little bit, hanging out with my boyfriend and my cat, and we'll see where the day leads me. I hope you enjoy watching this, and share below, what are your favorite things to do on a Sunday? Is Sunday as special to you as it is to me? And please make sure that you do like and subscribe, because I really enjoy sharing information, education, and content with you, and I hope that this resonates with you. This sounds kind of wasteful, but this is New York City, and in order to get hot water, you have to let the water run for like 10 to 15 minutes. And so as soon as that happens, I will be washing my face. My skincare routine has been pretty consistent since I was young, as a lot of people tend to tell me, even though I'm in my 50s, I don't look it. So I think I take pretty good care of my skin. I do a morning and evening ritual of washing it with a special cleanser, nothing too harsh, and then going over with a toner and a serum and all the fancy lotions and potions. Some of my go-to products are Origins and The Body Shop. Every now and then I venture into Mario Badescu, which I believe is national, but we have one of their studios here in New York City, and so that's been something that I've been using a lot in the past few years. They have a ton of different kinds of moisturizers and masks, and as you can see, this is my bathroom. So we actually have two places where we can do bathroom things. One is down at the end of the other end of the apartment. That is the toilet room, because back in the day this was a tenement building, and long story short, plumbing was a little bit weird back then, so they had to share the facilities. So our toilet used to be in the hallway, and then they blocked it off, and now it's part of this apartment. And then what you see behind me is my shower and my sink. So this is what we call the washroom, and the other room we call the toilet room. Since I'm going to the gym and then going to come home and shower, I did not do a full facial routine. And just a little side note, my boyfriend's already at the gym, and every Sunday we have a ritual that when he's done and heading back from the gym, he stops off at our local bagel store and he gets us bagels. So today we're going to have whatever he's getting. He usually gets an everything whole wheat, holy everything bagel with, I think, lox cream cheese spread, and I'm going to do pumpernickel with tofu veggie cream cheese. All right, let's head to the gym. Well, as I said before, my boyfriend got back from the gym and grabbed a bagel for us. I love doubling up on whatever the filling is. The messier, the better. And my cup of coffee here. I'm also going to take some time to do some journaling and some reading before I get ready for heading out for my hair appointment. I don't think I'm going to be able to make the farmer's market before my hair appointment, so we will try again later. And look, there's my cute little kitty. Max, say hi. Hey, Max. Hi, who's a good boy? Sometimes he's not a good boy, but today he's a good boy. Okay, I am looking and feeling fabulous. Thank you, Monica from Shampoo. And it was supposed to be, there was rain in the forecast today, but it doesn't look like it's going to start until later this evening. So I'm gonna head down to Chinatown. It's about a 16-minute walk from where I am right now, and check out the festivities for Lunar New Year. This is one of the things I really love about living in New York City is it's so rich and culturally diverse. So there's a lot of things that are going on that you can expose yourself to a variety of different experiences, and also really honor the heritage of some of these communities who did not have it so easy when they were either here because they had to escape something or they were forcefully brought to the States for other unfortunate reasons. And I just really appreciate and am so honored to be able to see and witness their experiences and the culture and the things that they decide to share with us, and also very grateful for them being able to do so. Okay, so this parade and celebration has been going on for a couple of hours, so I'm kind of on the tail end of it. I missed a bit of it while I was getting my hair did, and I'm going to head back because I'm starting to get a little hungry, and I probably should have used the restroom before I left the salon. So I'm going to head back. It's about another 20 or so minute walk, and I love being in a place that is so pedestrian friendly. I do not own a car, for those of you who might be wondering. I take mass transit everywhere I go, and I also rely on my 2 feet, which thankfully I am also very grateful that can carry me around and help me go from place to place and check out places like this here in Chinatown, which is not too far away from where my home base is. Okay, last stop for now on the outside. I didn't think I was going to have time to do this because I left so late before my appointment, but I'm back and it's not so bad. It's chilly, but it's a little bit, decent enough to go check out some of the things. I'm not sure exactly if I will purchase anything today or just look and see to be inspired by what's here. And they have quite a variety of vendors and things to purchase, so let's take a look. We're going to start off at the tail end here. It doesn't look pretty, but this is the compost and textile drop-off, which is fantastic because not every neighborhood or city has the ability to have their residents come and drop off their food waste, food scraps. And then here we have things like popcorn, apple cider, honey. You can see a wide variety of fruits here too, lots of apples and pears, organic bread stand. And then over in the corner here, I believe this is the fishmonger here on the left. And then we have Grow NYC, which is part of the New York City's Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. They have an offshoot where they have the department related to Parks and Rec, and Grow NYC is the organization that helps run all of these stands, get their permits together, and also provide they have volunteers that provide education and information about whatever, seasonal foods, anywhere that you want to go to learn more about ecology, and also, as I said before, how to get rid of any food waste and reduce food waste in general. So this is Tompkins Square Park here in the East Village. Let me stop for a sec. It's a little bit dreary and cold out. Usually it's a lot more thriving. And what you're seeing in front of you here is a micro version of, if you are familiar at all with Union Square, which is not too far from where I live, a little bit further over, where they have a very large amount of vendors, but wider variety of foods and also other things like plants and etc. Anyway, so I'm gonna take another pass through and see if I'm inspired to come up with anything. Other than that, I just enjoy hanging out in my neighborhood, and this ticks off some of the boxes that I had for myself today about getting outside, even in this weather. On Sundays, I also meal plan or prep, and that can even mean just laying out what I want to or know I'm going to eat so that it's something I don't have to think about. So either I'm preparing foods, or I'm gonna flip this around here. This is my peel and stick blackboard wallpaper in my kitchen. So this is where I do my meal planning, and as you can see, top to bottom, not too fancy. A lot of things on here are things that I just have on rotation, and as a registered dietitian, you would think that I would just be all about scratch cooking and doing everything from home, but I don't. So as you remember from this morning, I had bagels, and now tonight we actually had Chinese takeout. In my particular case, I have to be a little bit conscientious about that because I can already feel the after effects of all of that sodium, because this is a lot of outside foods, and because I'm dealing with hypertension or high blood pressure. Yes, as a dietitian, I am not absolved from being a human being with medical issues. So I have to be a little bit more cautious about days like that. I have to make sure that I'm moving around a little bit more. I'm getting in some leafy greens and maybe offsetting that sodium intake a little bit too, and then making sure I stay hydrated, because I can already feel that I'm suffering the consequences of a high sodium meal. Obviously, if you have any issues like this too, please make sure you speak to your doctor or your dietitian. I don't want to go off on a tangent because we are still doing a self-care video here, a vlog on self-care. But if you are interested in anything related to high blood pressure and managing that, I do have a playlist available that I'll link to somewhere here. And then we have up to the ceiling cabinets, which I'll open up and show you in a second, and our stove, oven and stove. We do have a very small space. It's the New York City living deal, so we are subject to some not so standard size equipment and appliances, and then dirty dishes in the sink, which I'll do later. And over here, for those of you who've seen some of my Instagram posts, this is my refrigerator. This is all I'm working with. So when I'm doing my meal planning and prepping, I can't really go too crazy with the amount of food that I'm able to purchase or to plan and make ahead, because that's all you see. This tiny thing right here, the size of a shoebox, is our freezer. So we don't get a lot of storage space. Inside my cabinets, let's start with this one. So we have staple items on the top, our greens and some other packaged goods, oatmeal, etc. And then on this side here, I keep things like nuts and seeds and dried cranberries and tons of soups and condiments, and what do I have? Tea and so on. But the rest of the week looks pretty simple. I mean, I have lentil soup that I have on hand, making eggs on Tuesday. We have already pre-made salmon I'm going to throw into a salad. I'm going to be on campus all day. So on a day like that, I'll probably throw some things in my bag. I'll have some leftovers that I already have on hand that I can put together, really quick and easy grab and go type of food. I think the cafeteria is open on campus, but I really just don't have the time to run there, and I don't want to spend money to do that, so I'll use whatever I have on hand. On Thursday, you can see I sometimes just put like 2 meals down because I tend to just repeat things. So on something like Thursday where I'm having smoothies and then we're actually doing takeout that night as well, I might go back up and eat the leftovers of the lentil soup or the salmon salad and just kind of put things on rotation. Okay, I know that I said I was not going to open the computer, but I kind of lied, because one of the other things I do on Sundays is I try to see and visualize the week ahead of me. So here is my crazy calendar where everything's blocked off. Don't mind the football game in the background there. And I'm starting to plan what to do. So for instance, tomorrow I'm creating a little station here for myself to grab and go some things. So I'm going to be working a health fair tomorrow, and I have to show up with my name badge, and there's some printouts that I have underneath my binder, and I'm going to be bringing that with me. And then also on the way back from that gig, I'm going to be dropping off my used glasses, my used prescription glasses, over at one of the eyeglass places that's in the neighborhood there. So they do collect donations, and that's a good thing to do, to give back. All right, so this is part of self-care because I'm making sure that I'm planning accordingly and I'm setting myself up for what I need for tomorrow. And then next up, I am going to prepare for my week as far as my clothes, my outfits are concerned. So this is also part of self-care on Sundays for me, because it takes out what is known as decision fatigue. I don't have to think about what I'm wearing for my work days, what I'm wearing for my home days. When I want to go and work out and go exercise, I have all of my workout gear here already in front of me, or at least on my, well, it's not done yet, but on my hanging rack over my door, and also even my pajamas, because honestly, when it comes to the end of the night, I like to have these separated out routines for myself. So having things laid out like this really ends up telling me it's time to switch gears. It's time to put yourself into work mode. It's time to move into going out and working out. And then it's time to wind down for bed. So just grab your jammies and start getting ready for, which I'm probably going to do soon because I am an old lady and I like to go to sleep on the earlier side. So that's what I do on Sunday nights. And comment below if that's something that you do too. Are you the type of person that prepares the night before, the morning of? Do you like to get everything ready? How far in advance do you prepare for your entire week? Like me, do you look for all 7 days, or do you work in kind of like chunked out 2 to 3 day segments? Earlier today, I don't think I had enough time before I was heading out for my hair appointment to journal and to read, 2 things that I really try to incorporate in my daily routines. So I'm going to do that now. Journaling for me could be anything. It could be listing off things that I'm grateful for. It could be a reflection on whatever happened in the last 24 hours. It could also be a visualization exercise, which is, I think, kind of what I'm going to do today, because as I shared with you earlier, I'm teaching again. I've been teaching for about 4.5 years. I'm getting excited to see the students again, but I'm also, curious as to how my day is going to progress. I live about an hour away from campus, and so for this semester, I'm parking myself there, and I'll be teaching 3 back-to-back classes. So I'll be there for basically 12 hours, and so door to door, I won't be home for 14 hours or so. So I'm nervous and excited about that, and I've already prepared lesson plans, but I want to visualize and just kind of walk through what a day might be on campus and the things that I'm excited to share with the students. And then I want to get back to reading. In 10 years, I've been just focusing on school, whether I've gone back to school for myself and went back to get this credential as a registered dietitian, or teaching, where all I'm looking at is textbooks all the time. So I really stopped reading for fun, or if I'm reading for fun, it's maybe more productivity type of books, which are fine, but that's a lot of brain power. And so one of my previous jobs, I used to work in publishing, and I really enjoyed novels and just, thrillers and wacky type of books, which is one of the things that I'm reading. I hope he doesn't mind me calling it wacky, but Mark Danielewski wrote a book a while back called House of Leaves, and I've never read this before, and it's been on my shelf for years. So I'm finally going to read it. I've actually been through a few chapters, and that's my goal, is maybe 1 to 2 chapters each night. So instead of putting this on time lapse and you watching me read and write, I'm going to encourage you, if you haven't taken time out for yourself today, pause this video, set your timer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and do whatever it is that you want to do just to focus on yourself, whether that's journaling while I'm journaling, reading while I'm reading, getting yourself organized for tomorrow, doing the dishes, whatever it is that you want to do for yourself, whatever time of the day it is that you're watching this, just give yourself a little bit of a beat and take some time for yourself. Well, that has been a ton of fun. It has been a really long time since I've taken an entire day just to focus on myself. And I crammed in a lot of stuff, even though I know this might not be everyone's idea or definition of what self-care is. And it's definitely not mine either. A lot of times when I think self-care, I think pampering or going to therapy or, just one small thing and allowing a lot of space in my day. But in the course of today, I felt like I got a chance to pay attention to myself, make myself feel good in a lot of different ways, and then also just be present and in the moment and be in the community as well, and get outdoors and then spend time inside too, and tidy up my space, and allowing myself those in-between moments, which I did not film, that you didn't see, where I was just chilling out and hanging out, catching up on some chatting with my boyfriend, watching TV, playing with my cat, and really enjoying the day, because I know once my work life gets back to a little bit more normal, that these days are few and far between. However, I will say for myself and for you too, please comment below. Do you schedule time for yourself? I've blocked off time. I've looked ahead in my calendar to make sure that I am scheduling myself days, as many as possible. I mean, sometimes the days are really more like a 4-hour block and then I have to go back to working on some things, but I'm really going to try to make a better effort at getting those days in my calendar as often as possible. Thank you so much for spending the day with me and letting me share all of this with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, share, do all the things. Follow me on other social media platforms. I pretty much have everything linked below that you could possibly need to get in touch with me. I look forward to doing one of these again soon. And you can also share with me anything that you are interested in, and I'm happy to make content for you in the future as well. So please take care of yourself, treat yourself to a wonderful day of self-care very soon and very often. Until next time, bye.